Hello and welcome to another episode of the Real Estate Investing Club. I'm your host, Gabe Peterson, and this is the place investors go to gain actionable advice, learn about current market trends, and hear war stories from other professional investors out there in the field today. Before we get started, I have two quick housekeeping items for you. First, if you like this episode, we would very much appreciate a like, subscribe, and share. It is the best way to support the show and keep it running far into the future. Second, if you're a new investor looking to get started in real estate or an experienced investor looking to take your investing to the next level, I've created an ebook just for you that will cover how to find deals that are actually deals, how to finance those deals with little to no money down, and how to exit those deals for maximum value. On top of that, I throw in an insane amount of free bonuses that you'll have access to once you buy the ebook. All I charge is our admin costs to keep this show running. So if you're serious about real estate investing and want to create both active and passive income as an investor, head on over to the website at therealestateinvestingclub.com and click on the button that says get the ebook in the upper right-hand corner to grab yourself a copy. With that said, let's dive right in. Today we have a very special guest with us, ready to drop some investor knowledge on you. So buckle up, grab your pen and paper, and enjoy the ride. All right. We are live with another episode of the Real Estate Investing Club. Today we have with us Teria and Landon Harris. I am super excited to have these guys on for people who are just joining us, listening and watching. They were extremely patient before we got on the show because we had 1,000 audio issues happen. So I appreciate them being here. Landon and Teria started out rehabbing single family homes. After a few successful projects, they realized it was not the direction they wanted to go. So their love of real estate took them into other opportunities, specifically land, which is what they're here to talk about today. So Teria, Landon, thank you guys for showing up and being patient with me this morning.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
All right. So the Real Estate Investing Club, we always start with stories. We like to hear where people came from. Why don't you take us to the beginning? How did you guys get started down this path?
Sure.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So as you read, we started off in residential and thought, yes, this is going to be great. And, we were finding homes. And after about, I think you did maybe 2 or 3 between rehabbing and also some rental properties.
Right.
We just realized the amount of capital that you needed to sustain in that industry. We did not have. So my husband came home one day and he's like, I was listening to, a podcast and they had Mark Podolsky, who is the land geek. Mm-hmm. And he came home and he was telling me about it. And so he's like, you have to listen to it. This may be for us. So after a couple of days, I listened to it. And it was one of those things where you hear something and we immediately knew, like, yes, this is the avenue that we wanted to go down. So the very next day we called and spoke with them and got into, some good training programs. And that's kind of how we landed there. It was one out of not necessarily frustration, but understanding that we weren't going to go very far without the amount of capital we needed in residential. And then trying to figure out another path to get some passive income.
Yep. Yeah, that makes I resonate a lot with that because I'm in the Seattle market. I started out doing flips and good damn, that takes a lot of work and a lot of capital. It's just like you watch HGTV and it's nothing like that.
No,
it's not as glamorous.
Awesome. Well, it's cool you guys found land. It's a pretty unique niche and there's not a lot of people out there that do that. So what about, you listen to Mark's podcast. It's funny he was just on here a few weeks ago. So you guys are just right behind him. You listened to him and you got kind of excited about it. What about land got you going? What made you, want to go down this path?
I think one of the things that we found was, in a way, the ease of being able to do it. We were able to kind of get in at a point where the buy-in is low and you basically make 4 times your money. So it was a simple math problem that was just like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. So as we started getting into that was just it got easier, and now it's, super simple.
It always looks simple to people who are experts, or
Right.
experts make everything look simple. So 4x ROI, that's crazy. I mean, if I went to any, my focus is mobile home and RV parks. If I went to any mobile home owner and said, hey, I'll give you, your park's worth $1 million, I'll give you $250,000, they would all laugh me out of the room. So why does that number work?
So I think with land, oftentimes people have purchased it, so long ago, or it was passed down through, family trusts. And if they're not actively utilizing it, then to them, it's more of a liability.
Right.
We have taxes they have to pay every year. And again, we're not using it for anything. So that's where we come in, and we take, the parcels that otherwise aren't being utilized, and we kind of marry them with people who want to use them for whatever reason, camping, off-grid living. So it's just a matter of, most people don't really recognize or realize, what they have. And so we're just there to kind of get it wholesale and get it to someone who can use it.
And there's never a shortage of it. There's land all over the place. So when as an investor, it's a lot easier to purchase land. I mean, you're thinking, there are about 3,000 counties in the United States, and like 800 square miles in each one, on average. But, it's just, you can be all over the place. And then at the same time, there just aren't that many people in it. So it makes competition a little low and makes it a little easier on us. So
yep, that makes complete sense to me. I mean, I'm sure the land, in terms of, there's a lot of it out there, it's a very subjective statement, because I have had people come to me with land, but it's always downtown areas. So I'm sure you guys, most of your deals come from, they're not downtown Atlanta. You're not looking on the the corner of Main Street. You guys are more on the periphery of cities, or what is your main focus in terms of geography?
Yeah, our properties are mainly rural. I mean, they're out in the middle of the sticks somewhere. There are certain buyers that are looking for specific types of property. Maybe they want to just go camp. Maybe they want to, have something for an investment later on. They see, potential that it may develop into something, or, they want to pass something down to their kids. So, I mean, there's so many different options that you have, but for most of it, yeah, our properties are pretty much rural properties. Some are vacant with no trees. Some are just desert properties, but there's always a buyer out there that is interested in it.
Interesting. So, I mean, let's go down that path, because real estate always starts with finding the deal, it's finding the property. And so you said there's always buyers out there for a piece of land. I mean, I kind of jumping the gun going to the end of exiting and selling it, but how do you find buyers for a parcel of land that's 50 miles outside of the city? Like, what do you guys have a buyer's list? Do you market it on the MLS? What is your main strategy there?
So we have a combination. So we market on Facebook, we market on Craigslist. We also have a buyer's list. And then there are other, land websites that are out there for people who are specifically looking for land, Landmodo being one of them. So we have several different platforms that we market on, and believe it or not, you put it out there and the people who are interested, they contact you. I mean, you obviously have tire kickers as well, but we generate a lot of leads from just advertising on those platforms.
Right.
Wow, that's great. So Facebook, yeah, we found a lot of success even with mobile home parks in Facebook. It's crazy how you think you have something that nobody really wants, and then you post it on Facebook, and there are a million people just pop up.
Yep.
That's right. There's just millions of people on Facebook. And it's just so easy to do, and it's free.
It's a free marketing platform. I think over 65% of our sales last year came from Facebook.
Right.
Wow, that's crazy. And so do you guys do ads on Facebook? Do you run an ad on Facebook in a geo, or is it just posting to groups and stuff like that?
we pretty much post a lot in Marketplace, and we keep a lot of our ads. I mean, we do have specific ads for all of our specific properties, but sometimes they're they're general ads, and they continue to feed leads to us all the time.
Yeah.
Cool, man. I love that. It's good to hear Facebook working for other people too.
Yeah.
So let's go flip to the other side of the the sales cycle. That's how you disposition them. That's how you sell the properties. How do you go about finding these properties?
Yeah, that's actually the easiest part. We actually create a list. I mean, I think everybody pretty much does that in real estate. You create your list in the area you're in, and then we send mailers. We typically get about 2 to 3% return on those mailers, and that's who we contact to purchase the properties. And for the most part, they're ready and eager to sell. It's never really a big negotiation that you have to go through. You pretty much give them a price, and they just say yes. I'm
Dude, you're talking music to my ears. That sounds great.
I mean, every now and then you send out an offer and someone responds back $1 million, but right. That's definitely
like, nah, it's not gonna work.
Not the norm at all. But the Landgeek community has so many great tools. So we literally upload, our list who we want to mail to a website, and we can push off letters. Like when we were first starting off in residential, I could show you, like, we had our stamps, our envelopes, we're over here, putting them all together.
I was there, man.
It was like the whole weekend, you spend trying to mail. Whereas in this system, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, I even bought one of those little folding machines that you like stick it in and it folds the paper. And I was sitting in the room just putting those in. Glad those days are behind me, right?
Done that, and we will never do it again.
Oh my God. Awful.
Awesome, I love it.
That's it.
Yep. So that's cool. I mean, you get your list and you just do direct mail. Direct mails, is that the one marketing source that you guys do, or do you guys also do RVMs, texts, stuff like that?
Yeah, the only other platform we have is our website, where they can contact us, reach us through there, and purchase or offer to sell their property. But we don't get as much off of that. It's just mailing has been the number one option that we have and that we use.
And then like parts of the community, like wholesales, we can get wholesales. Those are available as well. So we also acquire property through those means.
Right.
Gotcha. And do you keep any of this property for yourself, or is it all you're wholesaling all of it?
Right now we're selling everything. Every now and then we'll come across a property and we go, I might want to keep that one. Ultimately, right now, just in our business model, we sell it all. So there's no piece of property that we own that's not for sale.
No, that makes a lot of sense. It's funny. I had a lady on the show recently who she bought land as well, but she only bought it in the path that solar panel companies were installing solar panels. And I was like, wow, that has to be the most unique strategy I've ever heard of. So
great strategy.
There's something for everyone, right?
I think another good niche for us is that we have the opportunity to sell the land wholesale, or, we finance. So we offer terms to our buyers, no credit checks, no background checks, and we'll finance the land for them. So that's also another great model that we use.
I love that. Seller financing is one of my favorite things to talk about because it is, in my opinion, it's a win-win for both parties. It's a win-win for the person buying and the person selling. Person selling gets more money in the end. The person buying doesn't have to go through the crazy process that banks set up for people. So I love when people, really go through seller financing. That's cool to hear. So, I mean, on the topic of financing, we always talk about how do you buy the properties? It doesn't sound like these are $1 million properties. So I'm assuming cash.
Yeah, these are all cash deals. I mean, we purchase these, in the range, just depending on the acreage. But I mean, you can pick up properties for like $500 to $1,000, and sometimes it's such an easy, quick little cash turnaround, or sometimes they're a little larger. You're paying $10,000 for it, but if you 4 times your money, you know, I don't think it's a bad deal.
It's not bad.
I wouldn't bat my eye at that for sure. So when you guys go about pricing these, do you usually just use the tax assess and divide that by 4, or do you guys pull comps? What's the pricing strategy here?
It's completely on comps. You know, we actually, you know, do a lot of research on each individual property and in that niche in that area. So we're real specific towards which areas we're looking at, but yeah, comps are the main things. And there are tons of websites out there that, you know, give you an idea and a pricing range for what a property will do. And then sometimes you just have to test it, you know.
Yep.
You really have to just put a price out there. If you're getting crickets, you might be a little too high.
Makes sense.
Super fast, you might be a little too low. So
Yep.
there's a lot of adjusting sometimes that goes in.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how land works. For the commercial side, there is no good website out there for really good comps. Like, you know, for single family, you can go on Zillow, just click recently sold, boom, right there. But for commercial, nothing like that exists. Is it the same thing for land, or do you just go to Zillow too? How are you pulling the comps there?
There are a lot of land websites.
Yeah.
Our primary one we use is Landmodo. That's kind of the people in our community a lot of people in our community are there. So you kind of get a feel for, you know, what's land selling for.
Right.
And so from there we go in, and then our offers are typically, you know, divide by 4 and then, you know, begin there.
Right.
And that's kind of a general rule of thumb that we use. And one thing about the land industry, it fluctuates just like any real estate market. So, you know, this week, you know, this is great, but, you know, it may switch oftentimes to like a seller's market where we're paying a little bit more, which means we have to ask for a little bit more as well. So it ebbs and flows in terms of pricing, but we use like Landmodo,
Land Watch,
Land Flip.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them out there
to get comps.
Right. It gives you a real good idea of kind of what the market is bearing at the moment. So
Cool. No, I love that. Wish there was one of those for mobile home parks that gave you some good Awesome. Well, hey, you guys, we're closing in on the 15-minute mark, so I got to push us onward.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
We're jumping into the quick question round. So this is just, I'm going to ask you quick questions, give me quick responses, and we'll go from there. You ready?
All right.
Fire away.
Let's go.
All right. It starts with books. I'm a big bookie. So give me 2 book recommendations, one for general life wisdom and one for real estate.
Ooh, wow. You know, I can't go wrong with this. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That really changed everything. I mean, I don't know that anybody out there that has not read that book that's in real estate. The other book that I would recommend would be The Profit First Model. It's really good about helping you kind of manage how do you actually make a profit on your business.
Profit First Model. I have yet to read that one. Sounds like a good one.
Oh,
and yeah, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I think probably 70% of the people say that, and for good reason. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I say this anytime somebody recommends that book. If you haven't started in real estate, or if you're getting into real estate, you're new to it, pick up the book. It's really great. It's not going to give you tactics. It's not going to tell you how to do real estate, but it'll give you the overarching understanding of how real estate works and why you should be jumping into that. So that is a good recommendation. How about for general life wisdom?
General life wisdom. The last one I just read, it's actually a couple of years ago, was Atomic Habits. And that's James Clear, one of my favorite books, just kind of adjusting and tweaking your life to get to where you want to be by making small changes, you know, every day.
Yep. That's a really good book. And I'm a big proponent of having good habits, which is why the next question is about habits. Habits are the foundation of our life. So if you guys could point to one habit in your life that you feel contributes the most to your happiness, well-being, success, what would that habit be?
For me, I think I'm at the gym 6 days a week. And it sets the tone for the rest of the day for me. It helps me, you know, be productive. I'm a much better person when I get to go to the gym and, you know, come out, and then I can hit the ground running. So for me, that will be my top.
I can't complain with that. That's kind of
he's there as well.
We're
shaking his head yes, like, yep, that's right.
Another habit I think we do is like we have like weekly business meetings just with you know, Landon and myself. Although it's just us running our business, we sit down and keep our finger on the pulse of everything that's going on. We have about 7 VAs that work for us. So we don't always get in the trenches of the business, but we like to stay on top of it and everything that's going on.
Yep. Absolutely. No, I love that. Landon, did you want to answer that question too, or?
No, that's literally like, I mean, we're always simpatico.
It's a good way to be. I love it. All right. So on to the next question. Let's see here. I'm just looking at my notes. All right. So if you guys could go back to the Landon and Teria that didn't know anything about real estate, whatever your careers were before this, go back to them, look them in the eye, give them one piece of advice moving forward.
Wow. Moving forward.
I would tell myself, like, don't be afraid to delegate. That was a big thing for me. I can get it done. I can get it done quick. I know how I want it done. Like, just don't be afraid to actually delegate and let other people do, the tasks that I don't necessarily have to do.
Right. And I'd probably say, like, create systems that kind of work for you. Everybody has different ways of thinking. And you have to have different systems that kind of work for you in your model of whatever your business that you're doing. So, creating that system, and then you got to draw it out. That would have been the first thing, and that would have made a big difference and avoided a lot of hiccups and problems.
Yep. No, systems. I like that you said you have to make a system for yourself, because I 100% agree. Me and my partners, we deal with this. Each of us kind of approaches business differently in the terms of how we, execute it. Mm-hmm. And having a system that kind of works with all of our preferences is, it helps a lot with the business itself, because you're right. Not everybody will work well with each system that's out there. So I like that you made that comment. All right. So next question. This is about locations. So there's millions of acres of land in the United States. What area are you most excited to invest in today?
Ooh.
I think there are 2 areas that I'm most
Are you saying
excited.
Dream area, or are you just saying where we're happy to be right now? Because we kind of look at it a little different. I really like the kind of Wyoming and that kind of area. I'd love to kind of get out there and pick up some land out there, but it's a little pricey. So we're working our way up to that one.
Really interesting.
Yes, it's
Wyoming is pricey. They have the most land out of everybody. Why is it so pricey?
I just think the people.
Beautiful
too. It's just beautiful
really
country.
Nice.
I think that's kind of part of it. Rolling hills and trees, and it's the picturesque place. So there's a lot of properties out there that that kind of make you go, oh wow, that would be really cool. So.
Yeah. Got me interested. I'll have to check it out. All right. On to the next question. This one is an opportunity for you guys to brag a little bit, flex your muscles. What is each of your Superman strength or Superman skill? What are you really good at?
For me, it's probably the automation, the technical aspect of it. My background is cybersecurity, so just setting up our technical systems. A lot of the automation I have put in place. So I think that's kind of my contribution to the team.
I would probably say I'm kind of just that grinder. I can just keep going on something. If it's not working, I'll just keep plugging through it until it gets, so, I think with both of us, we tag team off of each other so much, where she's, really strong, it really helps me. And then, vice versa, it really kind of makes it easy. So, when we go through those dips, because every business does, we've got each other, and they're really good about being able to kind of pick each other up, when we're going through those spots. So,
yep. Having a partnership in real estate, I feel like it's got to be the biggest benefit. I did solo for a while. It's rough, but once you get a partnership that actually works, you guys gel with each other, then sky's the limit there. So it's great you guys are in this together.
Yeah.
And that's it. We're on to the last question. This one's for the listeners, because you guys have given us a lot of great advice about investing in land. So I'm sure there's people who want to reach out, say hi. What is the best way for them to do that?
The best way would be to reach us through our website. It's Creekside Developments with an S.com. real simple.
They can also email.
They
can email us at land@creeksidedevs.com.
Right.
All right, perfect. And I will put that link in the show notes. So if you guys want to reach out to Teria and Landon, you can go ahead and click the little more in the description. It'll pull down the full description in there. You'll see the links. Click through there and say hi. Awesome. So you guys, thank you again for hopping on. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Super excited to be here. Thanks again.
All right. For everybody who's here with us today, thank you guys for showing up. You are the reason that we do this. So we appreciate having you here. As always, if you have any questions, reach out to us, therealestateinvestingclub.com. We love hearing your questions, comments, any of that stuff. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great week. Keep rocking real estate, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.
All right.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Real Estate Investing Club. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode as much as I enjoyed putting it on, and we're able to pull some actionable advice that you can apply in your own investing today in the field. Before you go, we have a gift for you. If you're a new investor looking to get started or an established investor looking to take your investing to the next level, I've created an ebook just for you, available on our website. This ebook will cover how I was able to create both active and passive income in real estate with very little money to start with. In it, I will address the 3 most often cited obstacles new and veteran investors run into by showing you how to find deals that are actually deals, how to finance a deal with little to no money down, and how to exit those deals for maximum value. And if you get the ebook today, I am throwing in a bundle of bonuses, 7 of them to be exact. The first one will be the off-market lead generation blueprint, which will take you through the exact systems and processes we use to generate off-market leads like clockwork, which is the most important skill when it comes to creating wealth in real estate. The second bonus is the A to Z REI systems and vendors guide, which will allow you to peek under the hood of our business and see the exact tools, systems, and even the vendors we use to see the success that we do. And the third bonus is the top 100 best performing keywords pack, which will give you the exact keywords we use to target motivated sellers online using PPC ads. The fourth bonus is our contracts bundle for wholesaling and renting real estate, which will give you access to all the contracts we use in the field to execute all different types of transactions. After that is the Investors Quick Analysis Calculator and Offer Tool, which will allow you to quickly calculate whether a deal is an actual deal and will allow you to create an offer automatically from those calculations. This is a lot of bonuses that I said. I'm just going to keep going down the list. Number 6 is the Investors Daily Success Tracker, which is a tracker you can use to ensure you are taking the right actions day in and day out to reach your financial goals in real estate. And the last bonus is the Wholesalers Template for Quick Assignment Cash, which will give you the templates we use to present our wholesale deals professionally and efficiently to our buyers. Whew, that is a bundle. So it's a mouthful. You get all of those bonuses for free when you download the ebook. All we charge is the admin cost to run the show. So if you're interested in the ebook and the bonus bundle, head on over to the website at therealestateinvestingclub.com. Click on Get the ebook bundle at the top of the page to take advantage of that deal. And with that said, I hope you have a fantastic day, an even better week. Keep rocking real estate, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.